Hello Cancer, I am Ulrich, I am a Lenormand card reader, and today we will do the Lenormand card reading for the month of September for the sign of Cancer. On the table here you see 9 cards, meaning we will use the 9 card portrait. You can also see 4 objects here on the table, meaning we will do 4 card readings for each astrological sign, and this reading is for the sign of Cancer. Now, from these 4 objects, you choose or you pick one that you think relates most to your personality, or you choose one you feel most comfortable with. This object of your choice, it should or it will relate the best to your current situation. If the object and the related video does not match your first choice, please check the other videos that also follow here or that are connected here to the video. The matches here represent the fire element, the stone represents the earth element, the aerosol sprayer represents the air element, and the shell represents the water element. So Cancer, here we go for your card reading for September 2021. Hello Cancer, we will start now with your card reading for the water group for the month of September 2021. Before we start, I want to mention that starting 27 September, Mercury is going retrograde. It's not a good time for signing contracts, agreements, anything you need to put your name under that officializes. It's not a good thing to do. Also, you will see that your bus is late, your flight is delayed, your flight is canceled. Documents that need to come to your house don't arrive, packages are wrong delivered. These are all things that are happening during Mercury retrograde. It's also not a good thing to buy electronics like cell phones or laptops or laundry machines or things that you need for housekeeping. Why? These are connected to warranties, and sometimes things go wrong with the warranties. Anyway, the general idea here is that you don't sign any contract. If, however, for some reason you're obligated, you feel compelled, or you have no choice, please double, triple check all the fine print in the contract, because it's possible after you change your mind, you want to get rid of the contract, and for some reason you cannot anymore. There's some clauses in the contract you don't like, you want to get out, but you cannot anymore. So during this period, it's not a good idea to sign contracts. This being said, we start now with the card reading in itself. The first card here, that this is your personal card that we see here, is the garden. The garden is a public life, communities, groups where we are functioning in. So I'm assuming here this is important for you this month. This is also about networking. And I'm assuming here there's quite a lot of networking going on for the moment, because the second card here that we have is the card of communication. There's a lot of communication. Sometimes maybe here with this combination, it points to that there is maybe too much networking going on. This is possible here with this combination that we see here. In the month to come, you will be confronted with a lot of public announcement, or maybe you are the one who do a lot of public speakings. There's a lot of communication, as I said, going on here. Also here in another field, maybe in your job, there's a lot of communication also. It's related fields. But as I said, probably it's a little bit too much, but probably in the weeks to come, this is gonna change. Maybe it's all a little bit been too much the last weeks, and you want to make a change. If you make a change about these networks, it probably will be an irreversible change, because the coffin often represents irreversible changes in things. So it probably means you're gonna make some adaptation, and you probably gonna change the way you communicate, or you're gonna communicate less or in a very different way. So now we go in the details here. Here, this points also that it's possible that if you network, you are encountering a lot of gossip, or people gossip about you. We need to be careful here with this combination. But the most is about public meetings. We talk a lot. If we are a lot in social groups, maybe it gives us too much stress. They cause us stress. People when we are where we are going are too noisy. There's too much noise. It's too busy. It's too hectic. These are all things that are happening here with this combination. Also on social media, if you're part of some social media networks, you will see there's a lot of gossip. Maybe you don't like to gossip, and maybe you want to finish with these gossips. It start to work on your nerves. Then we have the coffin and the birds in itself. Here, this means that, as I said, there's a transformation in the way you communicate. Maybe you have too much stress. You stop the communication. You stop communicating with certain networks. Here also we see that from certain groups, maybe you want to take a break for now. Here there is a possibility, if you interact with these groups later, it will not be in the same way as you interact with them now. So there will be a change, and this change is irreversible. The coffin can sometimes also be related to your health. So here, sometimes we need to be careful with our health. Maybe we are planning to do some health checkup here. So we need to be careful here to take care of our health. If you feel a little bit under the weather, maybe it's good to do a health checkup with this combination. Then we have, what we see more here. Then here we see the worries about the gossip in itself. Maybe that is the one that bring you stress. The birds are very nervous, so they jump around and they bring us stress. So this means this whole thing causes high stress levels for you. And as I said, one moment you will say for yourself, this is enough, I need to change the way this is going here. Also, probably you will, if people gossip, you will want to make an end. Maybe you don't want to be a part of it anymore. You want to stop this gossip that is going on. In extreme cases, it could mean that you actually close your some social media accounts. This is possible also with this combination. In another way, be careful then here, so that it's not closed, that your social media account is being blocked by other people. Maybe you say something and these people are shocked, but what you are saying, because sometimes the coffin can shock, and these people, they don't want to communicate anymore, but maybe it's all been a little bit too much in the last week or the last weeks. You will let go of the stress. Also, here you are in a stage that you will let go of this. You will let go also of certain problems that are in your surroundings, and you will let go of them. Also, you will be vigilant, more vigilant in things that happening in your surroundings. Maybe it's already a while going on. Sometimes also we don't feel like talking anymore here with this combination. It's possible also that there's some communication, maybe about gossip or maybe about some groups, and because of all this communication, it's like you feel a little bit sad here. There's some sadness here involved here. This is what we see here also. Then we go in the second line. We have the fox, the mountain, and the sit. The fox is about our work. It's about here in combination with the mountain, it can represent that we are working online. We saw there already a lot. There's a lot of networking going on here, but it's probably also connected in a way to your job. Maybe you work on a laptop, maybe you do some work that is connected to the internet. If this is not the case, you are working with some countries abroad, or you are planning to do so, because the sit here it initiates something, or it stops something finally. But I think in this context, probably you will become more active for the job on the internet, maybe less for communication on social networks. But here for the job, I think here you will become more active here. Also, it's possible here in your work, you need to reach certain people in abroad, and this for some reason is not easy to do so. So it's like you're expiring some blockages here, and it's difficult to reach maybe the person that you need to reach for where you are cooperating with, where you are working with. In our job, this could mean that everything goes a little bit slower. Nothing is really proceeding because the mountain is a slow cart. So it's possible before everything goes very smooth. But for this month, it's like everything is a little bit delayed. Things are late. Here, this is what we see, because the mountain sometimes delays things, especially connected to abroad. But anyway, we see the sit here. So it means at a certain point, maybe you can solve the problem. Maybe there's a problem going on here. Maybe it's an internet problem. Maybe it's another problem. But eventually we see the sit here. We see that these problems end. But with the mountain in general, it takes some time. The mountain is a slow cart. We cannot move the mountain. We cannot, it's too heavy. It's too big. So we will need to wait some time, and then finally we will go ahead. We will find what is the problem is, and we will go ahead with it. So these delays also causes problems. It's possible also here, if you have certain deadlines in your work, that you misjudge the time because of these delays. This is what we see here also. So it's like you miscalculate, but sometimes we cannot see. With the fox, it's sometimes difficult to see the problems. We cannot see over the mountain because the mountain is big. You understand that. Then here, creative field, I don't see something here. It's also possible here with this combination that you need to be on your person. Then I would say that you are more self-dependent, you protect yourself. Maybe in your work there's problems, and people come to you and they ask you, the problem is not yet solved, and you cannot solve the problem. It's impossible to solve because we have the mountain here, and it's like you withdraw in yourself a little bit because you're unable to solve this difficult situation. And then also maybe at a certain point you will straight up say to these people, because the sit can be very straight up. At a certain point you will say to these people, no, I cannot solve it for now. You will make it clear you cannot. So these people take some distance from you because some problems we cannot solve. Then we have the mountain and the sit here on itself. As I said earlier, the problems, and then here you will go on the road. Here you will stop, you will start communicating again, maybe because the problem is solved here. After this standstill, things will get on the move. There will be more communication. And here also with this document, it's like the letter here, it's a document, but not really like an email. It's a substantial document. So maybe your work is related to documents who have values, because this could represent bonds, degrees. These documents have actually value money. You can translate them in money. So probably your work is related to that, to valuable documents. So it's like you can get the documents on the move again. This is what we see here. It's possible here. I'm gonna a little bit ahead on the things here because we are in your work now. It's possible that you have a manager and he help you solve the problem, because this represents the manager, and it's possible that the manager, he help you to solve the problem. Maybe he's tired of the situation also, but he's helping you. He's helping you here forget things, for proceeding things. Maybe he knows you're blocked and nobody can solve the problem. Maybe he's more an experienced type, because sometimes the bear is the teacher, and because he sees you're blocked, he's helping you. This is what we see here also. So coming back here, what we said here, Yeah, we can do it. So we go to the third line now. Here, this a person of influence here. This is a person who's in charge, who will help you. This guy will support you. Presumably it's a man, because we have the man here, because mostly in the laying I say this is a neutral card, but I presume here it will be a man here that will help you. We need to be also careful that this person is not too dominant on us, that he's not too mastery here. We need to be careful. We sometimes here, so this points to a person that is very dominant. He wants his way. So we need to be careful also with this situation, that it don't go in extremes. This is what I want to mention here also. If it goes too far, this point sometimes that we saw already here, you withdraw a little bit. Cancer sometimes can withdraw if there's problems. So here we see also if this person will go too far, you will withdraw and you will stop communicating. We saw that earlier. Then we have the man and the letter on itself. You will receive some, as I said, some documents here. Maybe you will need to make certain determination. What is it's about? This person. Maybe this person is connected to the document, to what is going on there. This person would also be quite expressive. I would almost put him like in the area of like he's a writer or a person who edits something here. He has a lot of communication here. This person, or he communicates a lot with you, or regarding to the job. He's a very expressive type here also. Also maybe he want to show that he's the boss. This is possible also with this combination. So as I say, it's possible here that there is a certain withdrawal on the work front and also on your networks. Maybe this is a month like we need some quiet, some peace of mind, even though the situation is quite hard. Then we have the garden, the fox and the bear. Here, this points directly to our workplace. It's possible that this is a store with. It's possible that this is a store here. And there's some business, but also we see some discretion in the business. There's some discreet things here because the fox is discreet. He's tricky, he's smart. So the business is like, here we see like there's caution in the business. There's caution in the business. And also you yourself, you need to be cautious. We saw here already, there's something going on here. Maybe you don't like to work there. And then here we need to be careful that the manager and the co-workers or the staff, it depends if you're alone or you work in a company, you need to be careful here that these people don't try to trick you, or they don't try to build a trap for you for some reason. I don't know, maybe this person want to prove that he's the man, or your colleagues also. There's some things going on, but here it warns us to be careful that we don't get trapped or we don't get caught for things especially related to the job. Maybe in the work there's some things going on, and it's not necessarily that you are responsible for that, but maybe some things disappear or are not clear, and maybe they put up a trap and they looking for somebody to give the blame. So we need to be careful here with this combination, not to get entrapped. So this is a warning from the cards to be very cautious in certain groups, especially related to the work. Then we have the fox and the bear in itself. This is then again the manager. In another way, if I see it then in a different way, if you are the manager, but the same applies on you, you need to be careful that maybe your higher bosses don't bring you in a difficult situation. They don't create a situation that is very difficult for you to get out. We need to be careful also here, if we are a manager, that the same don't apply on us. It's possible if you are an employee, you need to, it's like you move around the problem, because you need to move around the problem. It's like there's some flexibility here. We need to watch out, because the fox is a very smart card. So it's possible that you are able, because of maybe you have a lot of experience in the job, and you are able to go around the problem. It's possible here so also that you are confronted with the chain of command, with the bosses, that they, we already saw this, that this person or the person above you, even if you're a manager, they are very dominant. They are very pushing with their rules and regulation. So it's possible that you have no other way than respecting the chain of command, even though these problems might not be your faults at all. Anyway, the fox always tells us to be cautious with relationships around us. This is the warning that you get. Be careful, observe. If you are under pressure, probably you will shut down. That is how it is. There's a lot of suspicion going on here also with this combination. In a way also, maybe for if you're in a difficult situation, sometimes it stresses you out and you work out, like you go to the gym here. This is what we see here also, but the general idea here, you will distrust the people around you. There's too much dominance. You will distrust these people who are around you. You will defend yourself. At a certain point, maybe you will not trust your colleagues anymore, especially your boss. It's possible that you come in a difficult situation here, but if you're smart, you can avoid the situation, but you will need to be smart. You will need to be smart. Then we have the birds and the mountain here in itself. This is what we said before. This is, again, we receive news from abroad. We receive news from the internet, by an email, by a call here that we see here. It's possible also if you're working with customs, that goods need to be transferred in abroad. There's some delays there. Maybe for some reason there's some problems with documents, but because we have the documents here, there's some problems, and some goods could literally, because the mountain blocks, some goods could literally be stuck there. You cannot move them anymore, but eventually they will get back on the move. But it can take a while. They may be blocked for a while. It depends what kind of goods that you are shipping, but I'm assuming since it's the mountain, it's something heavy or something big. So this is what we see here. Also, you are impatient for getting these things on the move, but we cannot move the mountain. We already mentioned this here. Also, sometimes the difficulties that are surrounding this will be big, and you will try to distract yourself. As I said, maybe you go to the gym or something. Then we have the mountain and the man in itself. This person, if this is this person that is responsible for your work, he will help you, but he also will cause you difficulties. And as we saw earlier, he's your boss. He wants you to respect the chain of command. It's like you're a little bit blocked here. Maybe that's why the mountain is in the middle. So this person can be a little bit stubborn. Maybe he's unwilling to change here. This is what we see here with this person here in general. If this is in a partnership, I didn't mention that because we're going to see it now in a different way. If you have some certain relationship with the fox, we always need to be careful. We need to be careful because the fox is always, it's like a person who is half-hearted in the relationship. This person is not totally with his heart in the relationship. So it could mean that there is something going on here that you need to become aware of. So in the relationship, this is possible. Also in your relationship, it's possible if this is your partner, that your partner is communicating less with you. So this is what we see here also with this combination related to our partners or the relationships that we have, the close relationships, that is. This could point to a partner that is quite conservative. He's might be quite strict. Maybe he's also a little bit distant for the mountain, or a little bit cold, because the mountain can be cold. So this is what we see here also with this combination. On the physical front, if this person is older, I would put him in the group that has rheumatical problems. This is what we see here also. This is then another point of view. Anyway, these problems that you encounter now will help you later on in your life. It's not easy to maybe to accept a difficult situation that we are in, but here we see that in your work front, because of these problems, you will get in another level. It's like if you overcome these problems, it will give you also a form of mastership. You will go up in your level. You will learn here. This is what we see here also. Anyway, here we are advised to think well about the problem. If you can go around the mountain, try to be smart, try to solve the problem. Don't go direct. We cannot go over the mountain. If you need to solve a problem, you need to slowly climb the mountain. Sometimes we need to solve the problem step by step. We cannot force here, but it's possible. If you solve it step by step, suddenly the thing starts to move. Here also, here it's asked, but I don't know if this is possible, that on partnership here, it's requested, it says here, or it advises you for that we listen to our partner and our partner listen to us. So maybe there's a silence here now, but actually there should be communication. And with that we implement these communication again, we can get things on the move again. So here it says it's no use for keeping silent. We need to communicate. Maybe now it's not the moment, but eventually we will slowly need to start communicate, because the mountain is slow. It's not a hurry cart. So there is no hurry in that, but eventually we will need to communicate if we want to solve this problem. Also on the job front, sometimes even if you don't want to, you will need to communicate sometimes. I know maybe if it's in a difficult situation, you don't feel like it, but you will need to have some basic communication here. This is what we see here also. It's possible here also that this person, if this is your boss, that this person is a high achiever, because we have the mountain here, and sometimes the fox can prey on us. That is possible here also. If you would come in a better situation from your work and you have some experience later on, it means that you could use your experience that you're gaining now for coming in a better position. That's the reverse side of it. As I said, there are possibilities here also because of the problems that you are facing now. This is the way to mastership. You will learn from these things. Then we have the coffin, the sit, and the letter. Here we see that we, if we have, maybe this whole thing put pressure on us, because the mountain is heavy and it can put some pressure on your person. So here it says also that we need to take care of our health. We need to see we sleep enough, we rest enough. That is important here with these combinations. Just take care of your health, take enough vitamins. Maybe also, if you can, work out a little bit for your stress. Sometimes it can be good also. If you don't feel like working out, take a walk in a quiet area. That can help sometimes also, because the mountain is quiet. So, and here we see the birds. So this could be a solution for taking some time alone. Take a walk in a quiet environment. If you have the possibility here. Maybe sometimes here, sometimes for solving some problems, we need some time alone. It's not a bad thing to do, that we take a break, we rest a little bit, we walk a little bit around. So it's like we clear out our head a little bit. especially if we have a lot of problems. Then we have the sit and the letter on itself. In a way, it's possible after this situation, after you mastered everything and you have the things under control, that you tell to yourself, I don't want to encounter this again. And it's possible here that you decide to go. After the problems are solved, it's possible that you say, I have enough of this, I don't want situations like this anymore, and you actually try to find another job. This is possible also with this combination, but I think first you will solve the problem here. Also here, this points to that we take everything that belongs to us, we finalize it up, we wrap it up. We will also at the point, the coffin also tells us not to be too communicative about it. If you are planning, if the situation is very difficult, sometimes it's best we keep it under our head. Especially we have the fox here. If that would be in your planning, you solve the problem and you're planning to go afterwards, which is possible here, just keep it under your hat. Don't communicate about it, because maybe there's some problems popping up. Here with the coffin especially tells us to keep quiet. It's advice here. We have a lot of silent cards here. The fox is smart, the mountain is quiet, and the coffin is a quiet card too, and these are two slow cards. So it's best, if you're planning that, to keep it under your head till you're in the right position to go. This is what advised here by the cards. Then we have the cross, the garden, the mountain, and the document there. This means this is that you're in connection with a lot of people in abroad. We see that here again. This is your place of business. You do business with abroad. We already saw that. It's difficult here. Also, it could be in your workplace, the feeling that you have that sometimes people walk over you. It's like you don't exist. And maybe if we have that feeling, it's not very good to work there. It's like we are a non-existing person here. It's like you feel unwelcome. This is possible also. Some meetings, as we see here again, not only the goods will be delayed, but also some meetings will be delayed. This could be connected to the Mercury that we get in retrograde. So it could be connected to that, but here also in your personal things, we see the same thing coming back here. Then we have the mountain and the letter on itself. Also, it's possible here that some documents that you send in abroad, they are difficult to trace them. We cannot trace the document because sometimes the mountain is big and we cannot see. And some documents that you send, they are difficult to trace. So if you can use some trace applications, maybe you can apply that if this is possible for the goods, so you can trace them back. This could be a thing to do also. And anyway, this means that goods are delivered. They are difficult to find back. This points also to a visa if we need to travel for our work. This points to a visa or travel documents. As I said, this is a document with value. People will also understand if you don't communicate, why you don't communicate. You will not need to share it. They will know. But at a certain point, when it's the right time, you will address the problem and it will be very thorough. If you address the problem, it will be thorough. Then we have the coffin, the mountain, and the bear. Here we see again, it's blocked here. We are not able to move things. Sometimes also we will feel a little bit lonely here. We will need some time out. This whole situation will bring you some sadness, some grief. Also, you will not express how you feel. You will keep it all to yourself. Here we have contact with people in abroad. We see that here, people in charge that we communicate with in abroad, but it's difficult to reach them also. The problem is if the mountain is in the middle, it causes a problem. It's central here, so the problem is it blocks many things. But the advantage of the whole thing here is that it comes to an end and you get on the move, because the sit suddenly brings things. It's like from one day on another, cluck, the problem is solved. This is what we see here. That's the advantage of the sits. It solves a problem and it's solved. And this is the end, so the problem will not come back. This is what we see here, where we are here. Yeah, again, we saw here that the manager here, or the one in charge there, is he's not willing to bow. He's not willing to cooperate here. He rather break than he bow here. This is what we see here also. Again, here we see that sometimes it's good to have some quiet moments, to take a walk here. We will need to be patient. But it doesn't mean that this person is not skilled. He is probably skilled, but probably he has not an easy personality. Also, there will be some misunderstandings here. Sometimes one situation leads to another. Also, this person will not tell you everything that is going on. He will keep some things for himself, especially with the coffin and the mountain. He will not tell you everything what is going on. Maybe in his way, he feels pressure also. So he need to give responsibility also to people above him. On the front of your partnership, this could the positive thing of this is that your partner, even though there is distance now in the relationship, maybe it's related to the work problems, but here we see a partner that is very protective for us. This person protects us, even though maybe there's not too much communication for now, or the communication is less, but anyway, he's still protective over us. But as we said with the fox, we need to look around us. There's something going on here. Cancer, for the water group, this is all. It's quite a heavy reading here that we have here. I can only read what is in the cards. If there is no fantastic sunshine, I cannot tell it. The only thing that I can see here is that if this whole situation is behind you, some changes are coming, and this situation is only now, but once it's finished, it will never come back, because things with the coffin never come back. Once it's finished, because you have the both of them here, once the problem is solved, it will never come back. This is a one-time problem that you need to solve now, and you will learn a lot about it. That's the advantage of it. So Cancer, for the month of September, for the water group, this is all. If you like this card reading, and if it applies on you, please subscribe to my channel. If this reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other 3 card readings that are following here. Anyway, thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and see you maybe next time. Bye bye. Thank you for now. Hello Cancer, and welcome to the Aerosol, or the air group, for the month of September 2021 for your card reading. Before we start, I mentioned it in all groups, Mercury is going retrograde 27th of September, so it's not a good idea to sign contracts, agreements, arrangements, anything you need to put your name under that officializes it's not a good thing to do. So also you will see that your bus is late, your flight is canceled, packages that are delivered in your home are not showing up, they're showing up at the wrong address, the containers is wrong, the package is wrong delivered, all things that like that happening during Mercury retrograde. Also, it's not a good idea to buy cell phones or household equipment. Why? Because these are connected to warranties and something might go wrong with the warranty. So the general idea is that it's better not to sign any form of contract whatsoever. However, if you for some reason you are obligated to sign, there's no other choice, or you feel compelled to do so, double, triple check the fine print, because it's possible afterwards you change your mind, you want to get out of the contract and you cannot anymore. Or there are some clauses in the contract that bind you, so you want to get rid of that, but you cannot anymore. So the general advice here is not to sign the contract at all. from 27 September up to 18 October. We start now with the card reading for the air group. So the first card that we see here is the anchor. The anchor is the card of stability. It means probably that you feel very stable for the moment. You're a little bit unmovable. You want to things that progress. You want to hold on to things that you have. It's possible also that you are very close connected emotionally to a certain person, because we see the moon here. It's possible also that we are feeling a little bit pride for the moment. It's possible also that in some areas of our life, we have a lot of respect from the people around us. We get appreciation from the people. It's also possible that here we see the birds, and the birds are moving. It's possible that you get an invitation to go somewhere, and this is actually an invitation out of respect that is coming to you. We see this here with this line here that we have above. Well, overall, we see here that this creates stable emotions. We are emotionally very stable. We have the will to go somewhere. You have also clear views how things are gonna proceed, because with the birds and the moon, sometimes we have very clear visions where we need to go. It's like we actually feel, and when we speak, it like we know what to do and we know where to go. It's like we intuitively feel the whole thing coming here. This is what we see here. It's possible sometimes, because you are sensitive, very sensitive, that you need to put up like emotional boundaries because you feel too much from other people. This is possible also with this combination. Also, I would say here you sleep well. If you feel too much, it's possible from other people that it gives you a little bit stress, and it makes your mind turned, because the moon is our mind. Also, it makes your mind turned. You feel a lot about other people here also. Then we have the moon and the birds in itself. Also here, it's possible, it points to a lot of creativity. Maybe you're a creative person. Maybe you do some creative therapies for relaxing your mind. This means success also. You are very creative here for having success. You could be involved on the work front in a lot of communication or things, moving things. You create things, stable things. Maybe you create heavy things. If you are an artist, it's possible here also that this is your line of work, if you are a creative person. Then we have the stars, the tree, and the heart. The stars and the tree here, if you felt a little bit under the weather before, but I don't think so, this points to a very stable health. The stars is a healing card, so it's possible here that that even if you have small things here, it's like your health is protected. You are in a very healthy period of your life, so this is a very, very good for your health. Especially your heart is in good condition, because we see the heart here. But I think also there's some feelings of love here I see here, because the heart is there and the moon is there. So this is the key for unlocking the heart. But I cannot see immediately partner cards here, but it's possible here that are some love feelings. But we see as we go in further in the lane. So anyway, coming back to this here, in a way also, it's possible that some of your family members, they are very sensitive also. This comes out of your roots. If you know how people feel and you can feel what they are thinking, or you have very strong connection with this, it's possible that this comes out of your grandparents or the people or your parents. I think they have the same connections here. This is what we see here. They are very intuitive. In some cases, this could actually mean that some people who have this are clairvoyant. This is what we see with this combination also. This comes like natural to you here. Also, this is a very good combination for working. If it's part of your work to write or to do something in writing, this comes very good to you, because this is like a very creative mind. And it's like the creativity, it comes to you not like when shocks, but it's like there's a constant source of creativity here, because the tree is rooted. It's rooted to the tree of life. So, and the creativity is like, it's like a stable source here for being creative. This is what we see here also. Probably if you are not feeling well, you are the type that takes alternative medication. This is what we see here also. There's a strong vitality here, what we see here. This connection also with the family roots here that we see here. It's possible also you yourself that you are in alternative professions. This is what we see here. And if you are, you like what you're doing. If not yet, this is possible that you start this, because we have the child here. Here also we can see, maybe this is what we saw earlier. Here we see that somebody who was very important in your life before, he was part of your life, of your stability, and this person returns to you. This is what we see here, because the moon has a cycle. So it's possible that a person that you are very closely connected to before is coming back in your life. And we have the heart here. So you know what it means. Probably you had a very close relationship, emotional relationship with that person before. And here we see that love would be possible. This is what we see here also. You feel it's like a couple here. If you were a couple before, like you very intuitively feel each other. This is what we see here with this combination. Also here, you will be motivated to help others also. In this combination also, we see artists or people who are creative in any job that you are, that sometimes you say things or you do things that are before their time. So it's like you intuitively know what is the solution and what is to come. And then your colleagues or the people around you, they cannot follow. But actually, this is the solution. This is what it is. It's like you have your mind is in the future for certain things that you create or that are related to your job. This is what we see here also. So you are a very spiritual type here. It's possible also that here this sometimes points also you are very practical, also that this points to a certain form of that you can put your intellect in practical things. You know how to transform your mind into creative skills here. This is what we see here. If you are planning to start a business, or you have a business online, it's like you find the hole in the market and it's advanced for its time. So this is a very good combination for doing business, because you could have certain ideas in your head that are not yet on the market, and you are the first one with this idea. This is this combination also. It could literally be a boom if you do these things like that. This is what this combination also. As we said earlier, here we are buddying up with an old lover or somebody who was important with us in the past, possibly also an ex-lover, an ex-girlfriend, but that is the next stage. You will know for yourself if this is the case, but this could be the case here with this combination. And here, these two cards, this is actually, you see here the heaven and you see here the tree. The tree is on the ground. This is the air, so it's the air. This is like heaven and earth are mating, and it's connected to love. So you can make the combination. This is a very emotional love that we have here, and the minds are connected to it. This is a very stable love. if you are planning to reconnect with a lover, this is a very beautiful combination for doing so. Then we have the tree and the heart. It means that you have a strong heart here, a strong lover. The love affair will get more deeper roots because the tree is roots. It's possible also that this person, he appreciates highly how you are. He appreciates what you're doing. He appreciates your work. You're very pragmatic together in the relationship, emotional and pragmatic towards each other. Here, this is what we see here also. Then we have the third line, the cross, the key and the child. The cross, it's like this card is like destined to be. Sometimes this is a heart card, heart in the way that it's like a destined card. But in this card, in this combination, it's like here, it's like I don't often have these combinations. It's like here, it's like destined for success. This is what this combination means. And here you see the new start. So it's probably, I mentioned earlier before here that you are intuitively for things to come. And here we see like we are destined for success. So things fall in place here as they should be, as they should. It's like this is fate. This can be a hard card, but here in this combination, it's very good. As I said here, this mentions and this confirms all I said here. Then here we have, what do we have more? You will take more responsibilities. If there are some difficulties, you will take them on you, but you will not perceive them as difficulties. You will learn from them. This is what the key, the cross, sometimes it can make our life a little bit difficult, but also it protects us from bad things to happen. This is what we have with the cross here. Even though if we sometimes we need to do efforts, these efforts help us progress. This is a test of fate here that we see here also. We are very open. If we have certain things that bother us or pains out of the past, we will be relieved of those pains. Then we have the key and the child on itself. So here we saw already the new beginning. Again, I see the same here as I saw before, like you see in the future what is gonna come. I'm not normally the magical type of person, but here I cannot say it's like this. I'm a very down-to-earth person, but here these are all combinations like that. Also, this is a very good laying for business, for getting ahead, for being before your time, for doors that opening, things that are destined to be. These are all good combination for that also. Also, another thing is you will become more smarter. You will get insights because the key gives us insights. The key opens the door for new things, but he also gives us insights how we can more creative and how we can become more rooted here with this combination. You will also, this is points to you find new ways to express yourself. This is what we see here also with this combination. Here, because we have the anchor here, I want to mention something negative because there's not much negative here in these cards, but this combination tells us here to keep an open mind because the anchor sometimes can close his mind. It can close our mind. So here, this combination tells you, you need to keep your mind open. It will make you progress more. Don't be too conservative, keep an open mind here. This is what we see here also. And you also will feel liberations, new doors will go open for you. This is all very, very, very good here. The anchor and the stars, again, this is, we become materialistic, we become materially more stable. There comes a lot to you here. I cannot say it. I always need to say the same thing here. You will achieve your goals. These are long-term ambitions. You will make a decision. If you are a creative person, you decide to go in a certain job, the job will be for you. If you're an independent person, this is the job for you. You will make big performances. It's possible also that some people who are high placed in society or celebrities, because this is the stars, they come to you also, you connect with them. This is possible also. This is a success that lasts. Sometimes you will feel like literally like you're in a daydream. This is a very good laying. Stars and cross here. What we could have here, if you're a spiritual type here, it's possible sometimes that you could have a conflict between your spirituality and your religion, but that is then on a personal front. So it's possible maybe your upbringing, sometimes it conflicts with your current point of view. So here there could be a conflict here about that. If you suddenly become very popular, we need to understand that it has an impact on our privacy. So this could be this combination also. So if you would come in another stage of your life and you become famous, or the people around you make you famous, and you are in a good way in your life, it's possible also that this invades your privacy a little bit. So this could put some pressure on you, because the cross puts pressure, and this could lead to a more difficult situation. Maybe if you're a private type, if we become popular, more people come to us, and sometimes we get issues with our privacy, or it's not so easy anymore. It's like fame comes with a price here. That is what we see here. This is what this card tells us. It put pressure because the cross is heavy, and it puts pressure on us. You trust in your fate here. Then we have the moon, the tree, and the key. The moon and the tree, we are emotional here, that we saw that already. There's also a lot of hormones going on here, especially female hormones if you're a woman. Maybe you have a lot of contact also with people out of your family, but more specific with the female side of the family here. There's a lot of contacts here. Female blood relatives come to you, and maybe these people will even help you more, because the key is under there. There are very deep roots with the family. You feel each other well. Also, if there's something wrong with your body, you intuitively feel what is wrong with your body. You can easily solve your bodily problems. There's like a natural intuition here. Then we have the tree and the key. Health is very important in your life. Even if you're healthy, you use natural methods to heal yourself. We see that here again. And if you respect your body, what it needs, and you know what it needs, I don't need to explain you naturally know, it will also have an impact on your success and on your moods. So it actually, if you listen to your body, the connections to the earth, you will even improve more. Then we have the birds and the heart here. Maybe sometimes Cancer sometimes can worry. It's possible that you are a little bit worried over your lover here. You make worries about him here. This is possible here that we have there. But actually, this is a very good combination, and actually, you can relax in your lover here. Maybe sometimes, because this is maybe you work a lot, this could possibly be that you're a little bit stressed, and if you can actually relax with the one you love here. don't, if you are coming in another phase of your life and you have a lot of success, this combination set, don't let it come to your heart. So you need to relax here. The tree here is a calm tree. So out of context, if this is the central card, this tells us to stay in contact with nature and to keep calm. This is what it says here. So if you have a very stressed period, you are a very creative person. If the stress comes too much, but I'm mentioning it anyway here, just take a walk in nature, relax your mind, take a walk in the moonlight, as they say, and relax your mind here. Here this points to lovebirds again. If you have a lover, he sends you romantic messages. Oh, la, la. There's a lot of going on here, romantic text messages here that we see here. And then we have the heart and the child on itself. If this is not a lover who returns from you, this is possible here also, but I think it is. But if this would not be the case, this would mean a first love. But anyway, these two cards are, this is a love crush here, this one. And you will also, even though you are acquainted with this person, you will discover new facts about love. It will bring joy in your life. In another way, this could point to a creative project, something that we start. But in another way, if you have a child, this points to that we love our child deeply, we communicate a lot with it. This is what we see here also with this combination. It's possible that in a child, if it's connected to your life, it doesn't necessarily to be yours, but if you have a contact with a child in your life, maybe from a relative or from a neighbor or whatever, it's possible that this child brings you certain joys in your life. Here, this is possible also with this combination. Anyway, this is very good for love. All these combinations, this is like a very sweet love. Then we have the anchor, the tree, and the child. As I said here, it's again personal growth. You exceed. Everything is solid new things that start in your life. Even if there are small health issues, you will recover. It's difficult to see something negative here. I try to, but it's not easy. The health is stable. Here again, I said if you are too much stress, I mentioned that earlier, take a walk in the moonlight if there's too much stress. Sometimes also with this combination, if we have too much nerves, sometimes it's more easy to get unstressed if we keep certain routines. We rise at the first time. I know for artists and creative persons, it's difficult. I'm aware. But anyway, if you can start to keep certain routines, sometimes it can break the stress. Can take a pause if you want, and then we have the tree and the child in itself. If there is a child close to you, it's possible that this child get the measles. This is possible here also with the if I need to say something negative here, this is again, you are very close contact. You are very natural developed senses. Here we see this here again. This is puppy love again. Maybe the child that visits you or that is in connection with you, that one has a little bit a weaker health. Maybe this is possible also. Then here the birds and the tree. Yeah, we saw already that your conscious will grow. We already saw that. If you need to talk a lot for maybe some presentations, it's possible here with this combination that maybe you have get some voice problems. This is possible here with this combination. If I need to see something negative. But I think you will find, the right healing methods to solve this problem. You know by nature where to go. It's possible also that this comes out of the family roots, that more people have, if they have a lot of stress, it has an impact on your voice. This is probably something connected to your relatives. It comes out of the DNA, as we say, it comes out of the family roots. This is possible here with this combination. Then here this points to very close contact with a lover again. A lot of energy also. It's possible that a younger relative is important. Maybe this is the child in your life. It's very important in your life, because I don't actually see it's your personal child. It's more like a relative or somebody close to you. What we have sometimes with the moon is that sometimes the moon can influence our moods. So sometimes maybe you feel a little bit moody. This is the problem also that we have with the moon. It gives us creativity, but sometimes it can make us a little bit moody, especially if we have a lot of hormone switches. It can make us a little bit moody. But that is for a woman, of course. They're strongly rooted here. So I think for the air group, this is a very positive lane. There's almost nothing negative here for this month. Some of these things will work out on the long run because we have the anchor and the tree here. Solutions will be found if there is a problem. So Cancer, for the air group, this is a very good lane. If you're happy with this reading, please subscribe to my channel. If this reading don't fit you at all, check out the other 3 readings that are connected here. Anyway, I want to thank you for watching my channel and see you maybe next time. Bye-bye and success with this one. Hello, Cancer, and welcome to the Stone or the Earth group for the month of September 2021. Before we start, I want to mention that Mercury is running retrograde starting 27 September up to 18 October, meaning this is not a good time for signing contracts, agreements, anything you need to put your name under that officializes. It's not a good thing to do. Also, you will see that your bus is late, your flight is delayed, packages that you need to receive at home are wrongly delivered, mails you get too late and it has consequences. Also, it's not a good time to buy electronics like cell phones or laptops or household equipment like laundry machines or microwaves. Why? These are connected to warranties and some problem with the warranty might pop up. Anyway, the general idea here is not to sign any contracts during this period. However, if you for some reason are obligated, there is no choice, you are compelled to sign the contract, please double, triple check all the fine print, because maybe afterwards you change your mind, you want to get rid of the contract, you cannot anymore, there are certain clauses in the contract you didn't see, you want to get rid of the contract, you cannot anymore, and we start, it's not going the good way. Anyway, the general idea is please try to avoid signing any form of contracts during this period. So here we go now for your card reading for Cancer for the Stone group. The first card we see here is the house. It literally means our house. It can mean our body. It can mean our colleagues. It can mean the place where we live. Anyway, if this is the first card, it means that the home is important in general. For Cancer, the home is very important because it's the central place in our life for most people. And we have the sun next to it. It means that the people who are living with you, they like you live with them. You are popular amongst your family members. And here we see the colleagues or the friends or the brothers. or the peers, you are popular in your home or in your workplace. This is what we see here. This is a very popular combination for people who are close to their colleagues, to their family members, to people who live close to them. So now we go into more details. The house and the sun in itself. It's possible also that you want to take a break. Maybe it's your vacation time and you decide to stay at home. It's possible also that you do some upgrading in your home. Maybe that's the reason why you stay home. Maybe you want to do some upgrading in your home. If not, it's possible that you have a business at home, because this represents business or colleagues, and then this would be your employees, and then your employees would be quite happy to work for you. They follow you, what you are saying, because the dog follows what here. So your colleague, your co-workers, or your the people that work for you are very obeying your wishes, and they are happy and you are happy with them. It's possible here also with this combination, you are still to grow. You will grow more in your business and more opportunities here will be offered to you. In another way, it's possible that you are in your vacation time, you also take some relaxation. Maybe there's some massages going on here, or some things that are related to relaxing, to the sun, maybe to some sauna or something close to you, or maybe you have something in your home for relaxing. Maybe you have a sauna in your home. If you're not, this is all connected to relaxation. Then we come in. Also here, I want to mention that that you're very happy in your house. You also want to achieve a lot of things in your house. You still have a lot of achievements to come. In some possibilities, but this is another point of view. It could mean that there is more than one house in the family, or that you have more than one house in your possession. Probably this other house is in another location, a more sunny location. If there are some family problems, they will easily be worked out, because we have the sun there. The sun is an all over positive card. Then we have the sun and the dog. As I said, your colleagues are happy to work with you, your family members, people if you are an employee, your colleagues are happy with you. There is friendship with the colleagues. This is what we see here. Also, everybody is happy here. This is a very good laying that we see here. Also, it's possible that our friends or our colleagues have something to celebrate, and we are part of the celebration, or we celebrate something together in our business with our employees. This is possible, what we see here also. Then we have the bouquet, the crossroads, and the lily. The bouquet is a card of renewal. It's a positive card here that we see here. There's a lot of positive cards here. You have no negative cards here. This is a very good laying for Cancer. There is no negative cards here. There's nothing negative here. I will try to find something negative later on. So here then we see there is maybe somebody who was a lover of you before. This person is returning in your life, because this is a card of return, renewal, and the crossroads sometimes lead back. So it's possible here that somebody comes back out of your life, in your life, that somebody who has been there before. This person might be in another place. What I'm assuming here, this person is is older, or he has some maturity. I would say here, this is like a teacher, a person who has maturity in life. He already has a certain standing in his life. Maybe he's also an independent, this is personal, but it's like he's coming back in your life. It's possible with this combination, if there is not there's an age difference here. Sometimes with this combination, we see an age difference. And it's not necessarily mean that the woman is younger. I'm just saying here, this is a combination that points to age difference. So this person has been away here. We connect back together. Also, if we need to make certain choices in our life, several will be offered to us. And these choices are all connected to our path of life. And as we see here for this month, these choices are positive. They are on the long run. We make choices of our heart. These choices are connected to where we live, to where we are domesticated, because the dog is domesticated. So these are all very positive things that we see here also. Here, if good things need to come to you, this is the time. This is the time they come to you. So here we also will make some choices. We saw there earlier for relaxing ourselves. We see this coming back here. There are several blessings here that coming to you. Positive things are coming to you. You will choose what is more pleasant. You want to relax. Maybe even certain rewards are coming to you. Then we have the crossroads and the lily on itself here. It's possible here also with this person, because sometimes the lily and the bouquet can point to sexual interactions. So it's possible here there is some sexual interaction if you choose to have so. And this would be a very positive thing, because we have the sun here and all the cards here. This is not only one night stand, because there's actual feelings and emotions involved, and the sun is here. So this works out all very well here also. So I want to mention this also. If you choose to do so, this will have a positive effect on you, and it will have a, maybe you choose to do so, and it's very positive for the both of you. Then we have here, you are happy here with each other, even if things would go, if some small problems pop up, you will be able to relativize, but there's nothing negative here. You will be able to relativize the problems. Maybe you need to make some decisions about your family or people close to you, but the result will be positive. But with the cross here, with the crossroads in the middle, this points that we need to make certain decisions about the family of our business. But the positive, the results will be positive and on the long run. So they have a positive, and the outcome will be something you really like. So if you make decisions, the result of the decisions is very positive. Then we have the stork, the clovers, and the heart. There's a very important period of transition going on now in your life, because the stork, they change things. So it's possible here that you're going on the move here for going more changes, happy changes in your life. The stork sometimes can be a little bit a slower card, and the lily is a slower card also. So it's possible that this whole process is going ahead now. It takes, but this is a process over a longer period. The stork is a migrating bird, so he puts things in actions, but the action can take a little bit longer there to work out, since we have the lily there. Also, you will feel more freedom. You will have a lot of freedoms will be offered to you, even if you need to have a business, a busy business, you have a lot of earnings, there will be some freedoms involved also. In a way, you feel free, and you have the chance here to make a lot of transformations in your life. These transformations will be also connected to a lucky phase of your life. This is all very positive, what we see here. Then we have the clovers and the heart on itself. If you have some wish fulfillment, I always repeat, but it's very positive again. This is possible. This person comes back in our life, and when he comes back in our life, it's like love at first sight again. It's just exactly the way as we remembered it was before. And there we go again. Lightning, electricity is hitting us again here with this combination. So you will feel very sentimental about this relationship here. Also, there could be some funny moments with the partner. There's some laughing, some entertainment. We enjoy, lighthearted. Here, these are things, are untroubled things. Here, we feel very positive here. Then here, then we have the house, the bouquet, and the stork. So this could mean that in our house, maybe more money is coming in, we have better business. This points to the interior of the house that we upgrade. Maybe we buy new curtains, we do the flooring inside, or we do a total renovation of the house. It's possible you ask somebody to help you, like an interior designer, and these changes have a positive effect on your mood, on your house, on the people that live around you. It means that you get a beautiful home. It becomes more familiar the way you want it. There's a good sphere in the house here also that we see, and all this will lead to more positive changes in your life. It's possible also you buy some new things for the house, new vases, new objects here. This is what we see here. It's like a renovation inside of the house. This is inside the house, not outside. Also, it's possible that we plan to visit a certain person, and this visit can bring positive effect, or you receive a visit from a person and this has a positive effect on your house and on your person. It's possible that this person is a family member here that visits you. Also, with this combination, it will bring you in a very creative state of mind in your life. Here we, with the stork, put things on the go. And here the crossroads. Also, we make choices and we start moving things on our house. We start to change it here. We get also people admire us. Maybe also people like the way we changed our house. If we get visitors, family visitors here, they like the way we change the place. This person, it might be a while since he visited you, this family member, but he's welcome. You welcome him and they welcome you. There's a lot of complimenting here. Possibly also you receive gifts from these persons. This is possible also. You're very, very friendly towards these people. This is what we see here. Then we have the sun, the crossroads, and the clovers. Also at this time, as I said, we mentioned the freedom before, even though there's a lot of work, there's a lot of going on, there's a lot of changes in the house, a lot of changes in the business, even though it's a lot of changes going on, still you will feel a lot of freedom. You will feel free here. There are a lot of opportunities. You will broaden your horizon. You will choose also pleasant things in your life. Also, you will feel more tolerant towards others. You have like a broad tolerance here that we see here. Then we have the crossroads and the clovers. Again, we have the freedom. A lot of opportunities are offered to us. There is like, you have the feeling that nothing can go wrong. You have the feeling that nothing can go wrong. And with this combination, actually nothing can. Here, then we have the dog, the lily, and the heart. This we come back here in the lover then. This is a lover, but also a dear friend. This is a person who's been close to us for a long time, but maybe he was gone. Now he returns in our life. But this is like a person that we know already a long time. This is a serious person. He has experience in life. He's serious. He's from the heart. Sometimes this can point to, it's just a possibility that I mentioned here. It's possible this is a person that worked with us before, or a person who worked for us before, and we had some kind of relationship with this person. This is possible also. So, but this is just a possibility. But I mentioned this, or also, so also more growth in the job, more job opportunities. Even if you're an employee, everything is here is hunky-dory here. Everything is good here. I mentioned it already. There's a approval here for a sexual relationship with both partners. There's also happiness in the relationship, and in that this you admire each other. You have admiration for each other. You feel happy. Maybe this person, we saw already a lot of creativity in your personality, but I think also this person has also a lot of creativity. Maybe he was It's possible if he's older. I'm thinking here, maybe this was your teacher or you are connected with him somehow in that role. Maybe he taught you some things before. This is what I see here also. There's a loyalty here. Still the guidance is there. This person is willing to help us. He's willing to help us. There's a deep friendship here. Then we have the lily and the heart in itself here. The love affair is becoming fulfilling for us. The work is okay, the love relationship is okay. I always see the same things here. Even additionally, I will mention here that there could be even love songs, poetry. There's like total surrender here in love here that we see here. There's a lot of romance here going on. Then we have the house, the crossroads, and the heart. Everything could be stable in the house, even though there are changes, but the traditions that we have stay. The house changes, but the basics of the house stay. It's possible, because we have the sun here, that some traditions that we have, if I need to find something negative, it's possible here that certain traditions that we had for a long time, that we change that. And if we change that, it will have a positive effect. So it's possible that we have things that we do for a long time, we want to change it, and we will, and it will have a positive effect. Again here, also this points that probably, since you have good times now, you will make a backup plan for if things would turn negative. It's like you make a backup plan here for, let's say that things are very positive now, but it's like you prepare yourself if things would go wrong. This is a backup plan. And probably you make more than one. It's like you want to prepare yourself if times would go in a negative way. Here, this what we have here. Change, there's promotion here. You're exploring certain possibilities here. In a way, it's possible that your parents' home, this is another angle, that your parents or the place where you come from, your roots, they have a total different profession than you have. This is possible here also with this combination. It's possible also with this combination that you, if your vehicle is already old, your car, it's possible that you change vehicle. This is possible also. Maybe your car is older and you want to change. This is possible also. If you do so, you will choose for a car with an extended warranty that the car is safe. This is what you do here. I mean, an extended warranty for nothing, for not having expenses afterwards. This is what I mean with this. Changes. Here we see also with this combination that we incalculate problems. We incalculate the unknown factor for the future. So it's the same a little bit as I said before. Then we have the crossroads and the heart here. We make choices in love. There's clarity in the relationship. Even though you are committed with each other, you don't have the feeling that even though you are close together, you don't feel that you actually are in a relationship. It's like this relationship is very free. There is commitment, there is loyalty, but it don't feel like an actual, that you are actually have obligations toward each other. There's a lot of freedom here also. The love is free, the relationship is free. It doesn't mean that you are not both committed, you are, but there's a lot of freedom here. Then we have the dog, the crossroads, and stork. It's possible due to your situation that is positively changing here, more friends are coming in your life. These friends that you will have, they could be living not so far from you, or you're already acquainted at, or the friendship that you have with them become more closer. But here actually we see more friends coming in. These friends also will have a positive effect on us. It's like everything is going very well here. These friends also can be inspired by you. It's like they are inspired by your luck. They are inspired also. It's like they want to see how your luck is changing in a positive way. I mean that. Here also, it points to we need to make a decision, but the decision is a good decision. Here, with this combination, it's like you need to make your mind about of something, and then you think in yourself, oh, do I really need to decide about this? This is this combination also. So certain changes, you will think, do we really need to change this or that? This is what we see here also. Anyway, whatever you change, everybody will agree with the changes. You probably will ask if everybody agrees, and the answer will be yes, if changes you want to make. There's a lot of freedom. There's transformation process here going on. You feel free spirit. Here, this means also, even if we don't make choices the first time, the positive choices will be offered to us again. So here with this month, there's a lot of positivity going on. I cannot find nothing negative here. Anyway, Cancer, for the stone group, this is a very good lane for this month. I hope you were happy with this reading. I'm not used to having the other reading for Cancer is also very good I had here. So I'm not used to having so much positivity, but all these readings are very positive for Cancer. So I'm assuming the sign is in a positive state here. It's in a state of grace almost. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other 3 readings that are connected here. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and see you maybe next time. Bye-bye for now. Thank you. Hello, Cancer, and welcome to the Fire or the Matches group for the reading for September 2021. Before we start, I want to mention that starting 27 September up to October 18, Mercury is running retrograde, meaning it's not a good idea to sign contracts, agreements, anything you need to put your name under for officializing it. It's not a good thing to do so. Also, you will see that your train is delayed, your flight is canceled, packages that you need to receive are delivered on the wrong address, mails that you're waiting on are not arriving, the mail arrives too late, and it creates some problems. Also, it's not a good idea, for instance, to buy electronics like cell phones or housekeeping equipment like a laundry machine. Why? These things are connected to warranties, and some problem with the warranty may pop up. Anyway, the general idea here is that we don't sign anything during that time period. If, however, for some reason you are obligated to sign a contract or you feel compelled to, double, triple check the fine print, because it's possible you missed some clauses, you didn't check it thorough, you want to get rid of the contract and you cannot anymore. So it's best during that period not to sign any contracts. This being said, we start with your card reading now for the fire group of Cancer. So the first card that we see here is the book. The book is the book of secrets. It means maybe you're a little bit in a quiet period. Maybe you read a lot. Maybe some knowledge is coming to you. You discover some things that were not clear for you. These are all things related to the book, and we put them in context now together with the ship. If you're still a student, this could point to a study. And this could then represent the school where you are going. So it's possible that the school even would be in abroad. This is possible with this combination. In another way, it's possible that you decide to go on a trip. This is possible also, if this is possible with the current situations that we are having. Maybe you go to a place that is familiar to you because the house is maybe somewhere where we have been before. Maybe you undertake a trip, but it would be a trip over the water quite far where we have been before because we are familiar with the place, because the house is something we are familiar with where we have been before. This is possible that you've been there before. It's possible that you have knowledge about the place where you are going. We see the study abroad here also, school execution. For some people, this could mean a pilgrimage. This is possible. This is all related to travel. The ship is also related to business. So it's possible that you are thinking about doing some business. If I see the first thing here, this is what it comes in mind, is accountancy, because we have the book here and the money here. So this would relate to accountancy in your home, working with money in the home. Cancer is the sign of the home. Cancer like to be at home because it's the sign of the home, the place where we come from. It's important for Cancer to have a home. So this is a combination that we see here. It's possible that you have an independent business in your home. So this is all possible. If not, your work is very important. It's possible that your work is connected to abroad. These are all things that we see here in the first line. These are possible travel documents. So nowadays we need to see that we have all documents. So see, before you travel, you have all documents required. You know, we need all the testing and the vaccines. So see that everything is in order before you leave. Make sure that you have all information about the country. It's just additional information that I give you. This is also points to a cultural exploration. You will get more knowledge. If we travel, we get more knowledge. We see things in a different point of view. Then we have the ship and the house in itself. In some cases, this could literally mean like a cruise, or we take a trip on the boat, or maybe we have a boat, maybe we rent a boat, we go, because I don't know if the cruise ships already can go out, because this points to something like that. This is possible also. This is then a place far away, as we said, where we already been here. You are familiar with the place, you are comfortable there where you're going. For people who are more adventurous, this could point to that we take a trip with a mobile home. With a mobile home, this is possible also with this combination. Then we have the second horizontal line here. We have the lily, the clovers, and the fox. This combination here, this card points to wisdom, and this card points to luck. This is an all over protective card, so this is a good combination. It means it gives us protection. There is a fulfilling element on it. Here also we need to have a good feeling on it before we do it here, this combination. If you have a husband or a partner, this could also point to a satisfying sexual relationship with the partner. You enjoy sensual pleasures, as they say here. You are becoming more smarter, and it brings you in a positive period in your life. There is no trouble on the sexual field here. You find also happiness in the small things of life, because the clovers are small things. But this is an all-over protective card. This is a very good card to have. It's a central card, so it's a very good card to have here. With the fox. The fox is not a very good card in relationship. It's possible that the sexual relationship is gratifying or satisfying for you, but the fox is a card we need to watch out with. This could point to somebody who is half-hearted in the relationship, but the rest of the cards is all good. But anyway, with the fox, we need to be careful. If this is not your partner, but I think it is, then it's somebody else in your house that is half-hearted living in your home. This person don't feel actually at home there. He hides things. He do things on his own. It's like he's a little bit different than the rest. His way of operating, or his operating modus, is a little bit different than the rest. So it's possible, if this is your lover, watch out, watch around you. I don't see anything going on here related to dishonesty, but mostly this is a person that is half-hearted in the relationship. So we will give no more details about this. Here also, on yourself as a person, you need to become aware of your personal value. This is what we see here also. On the work front, if this is on our job, this could mean that on the work front we are protected. If we have a sideline as a job, if we are still a student, this is protective for the job. This income, this brings us a source of income. We can play around, even fool around a little bit in the job, and still we can get away with a lot of things here if we have this combination in the job. It's also possible here that we try to push our luck a little bit forward. This is possible also. We are trying to get some promotion maybe. This is possible here also with this combination, but in general, this means that this is self-interest. So it means that we want to move ahead in life. We want to move ahead, and there's a protection over you. So here, what you need to do if you want to improve on your job is to play it smart. You need to play by the rules of the house, and then you will get what you want, because the house has rules. So this is the place where you work, you follow the rules, and then you take a little bit, you mix the luck factor in it, you use your experience, and this will bring you ahead of things. Then here we have the rider, the stars and the heart. This is good news that is coming to you, happy news. This card is like a healing card. So the news that you will be receiving, this points to a healthy heart, literally, physically. But here, this is like your happy news that you are receiving. This message brings clarity for you. Maybe something was not clear. Maybe it's about the travel, or maybe some messages was not clear if you could travel. Anyway, this points to a message that brings clarity in your life. And also the message is positive. It touches you. So this is a positive message that you are receiving here. If you felt under the weather somehow before, this means that you will heal. It's possible, but I don't see anything here that relates to health problems. But here it's possible with this combination, if you had before, that you are healing. If you have alternatives way of healing yourself, maybe the old-fashioned way, maybe use herbs, maybe you use alternative medicine. This is all possible with this combination. Then we have the stars and the heart on itself. Even though I said you need to watch out with the fox, we feel happy in the love life that we have. Our lover spiritually motivates us, as we see here. It's possible that this person is not with you during daytime. If you are not married, this points to a lover who comes with you at night. And here the fox operates between dusk and dawn. So these two cards here in this context could be connected. So it's possible that the lover can only be you at night, or he comes only at night. And also the fox hides. He don't show himself in public. This is what we see here also. So this is possible here with these cards that we see here. We need to be careful here with romance. Do not over romanticize things. We need to see this here. We need to be careful here, not to become too spiritual about the love. Don't see everything here as love, especially with the fox. Try to get to keep your feet on the ground here. It's possible also you have daydreams about this person, but as I said, be careful there with the fox. Don't idealize the relationship. Be careful, watch over you. I don't say there are no possibilities. I didn't say that. I'm just telling it's better to be careful than to be hurt. Then we have the book, The Lily and the Rider. Here we see there's a form of wisdom here. We study for becoming more wiser if we are still a student. This improves our career. This improves ourselves, as studies mostly do. So this is a choice that is good. It will improve you in your life. It will make things on the move for you. Maybe you're planning to teach. Maybe you have an education in abroad that is connected to teaching, to writing, things like that, because the book is there. In another way, it's like it's more like things that are hidden, because sometimes things are hidden in the book. Like we discover more things. This is what we see here also. But here it's more, I think it's more here on the writing field, writing, communication, everything that is related to book or the books. If you finish this study, it will bring you a lot of progress, because you have the stars and the heart here. You will come later on in a position that you really like. Then what do we see more here? If you are studying, it's possible here also, because we have the year, I forgot to mention this, that if you are already more matured, it's possible that you additional study. And if you do so and you stop, you finish this study, it will bring you positive things in your life, because the lily is an older card. This is possible also. It's like here, it's possible that you already have a job, but here it's like you want to expertise yourself more. We have the book here and we have the lily. The book is knowledge and this is an expert, so you can make the connection yourself here. This is like we want to expertise ourselves in some fields. Maybe you want to become an expert writer, because things are on the move here with the rider. Things move with the rider. So it's possible here with this combination. Also, you read a lot of high quality literature. That is what we see here also. Sometimes we need to approach things in a very intellectual way. Maybe the study is quite complicated. This is possible also. There's a lot of theory going on here. It's always the teacher that is coming back here also. As you go in this study, some things will become clear to you. Some things will literally be revealed to you about the field that you are studying. The point here is with this combination that we become expert in certain fields. Then we have the lily and the rider on itself. This is the lily, as I said, this is your path of life. I already mentioned this. It's possible that this study or this project or this work that you are engaged in, that you feel happy about it, maybe even excited. There are certain things that you want to achieve. But as I said here, this is a profession with getting things on the move. These are like mobile. It's like you move a lot. I would almost say this is like a mobile teacher here, like a person who moves around a lot. There are people who like mobile teachers. This is possible also. But it's a profession that keeps you move around here. Then we have the ship, the clovers, the ship, the clovers, and the stars. This is like you enjoy the journey. It's light-hearted here. Maybe the trip is not too very long. Maybe it's more a brief trip. This is what we see here also. You will feel happy with this journey, especially with the stars here. There's also, it's possible that this journey or this trip that you're undertaking has a healing effect on you. It has a very positive effect on you here, this journey. Maybe in the job also, a lot of things will come true for you. You will progress here. This is what we see here also. There's some form of protection here because the clover protects us. It protects our hopes and wishes regarding business, regarding study, regarding things in abroad. This is what we see here. Also, there will be some fun. Sometimes this could literally mean a disco on the water. This is then more a light-hearted approach. There's some fun in here. Maybe some fun on the boat, if that can, like a party on the boat. This is what we see here also. Then the fox, the house and the fox here, we see here. Maybe this is a place that you actually rent there in abroad. It's like a rent. In your work field, it's possible that the whole situation on your work field is not totally clear for you, that some things are kept hidden for you. If not so, it's possible that our colleagues hide things from us, even though we have a warm heart for them. Maybe in the work itself, everything is not clear. This is possible also. So you will need to focus on your own work here for seeing that everything is correct. You need to see that not certain things are happening on the work floor, or if you have your own business, that not some things are happening behind your back. Because the fox operate between dusk and dawn. He's like a figure who is you cannot see clearly, so you can make the connection here. But anyway, it's better to be careful with the fox always. But in a way here also we see that in a way we are serious about our duties. We do them as good as we can according to the rules of the business. If this is our own business, of course, we work the best we can in our business. This points also to practical intelligence here. Also, if this is your business, you need to have a strong focus. If this is your own business, it means you need to focus. You need to work from your heart. If you do, this will bring progress for you. If you rent a house, and it's sometimes also we need to be careful if we rent and we rent the house on the internet. Sometimes we need to be careful with the fox. So maybe it's best you actually see it. So this is also what we see with this combination. It's better to be careful with the fox. You need to be smart. But if you know the place already, then it's not a problem. If it's still in the same conditions, or maybe if you rent it, you ask to send you recent photographs, like so you see, or you can see the thing on cam. So everything is still the same if you are familiar with the place. Also, you will take care of your family. This is taking care of the family. You like taking care of your family. Most cancers are very connected to their family. They like to take care of their family. Here, this is what we see here also. There are certain rules, regulations, traditions that you keep. You're cautious for your family. You take care of them. You see that no harm can overcome them. Then we have the fox and the heart on itself. Again, here I told you, be careful here. Check out if everything is okay here with the person that is close to us, that has our heart in his hands. Observe the situation. Don't be too compassionate if things are irregular. This is what the cards say here. Then we have the book, the clovers and the heart. Some positive things will happen in your life. You cannot see yet, but some things that are very positive are about to come in your life. It's maybe something that you hoped for a long time, and now it's finally coming to you because the book goes open and it's opened by the clovers, by the luck. So it's something that you wished for a long time, maybe a present that you want to receive. In some cases, for the students, this is the education that they really wanted, the education that they really dreamed of or they wanted to do is come true here. This points to if you study or you are in school, this points to positive results in your study. You also will be easy to learn. It will give you fun to learn. These are people that have fun. In business, this points to educated guesses. So if you need to take certain risks, if you have your own business, this points to an educated guess. Especially it need to be an educated guess because we have the fox here. So you need to do, if you take certain financial risks in your business, you need to see if there's a luck factor involved, because this is the luck factor. You need to see that it's calculated, your guess. Don't do anything wild. Make sure that your guess is calculated. But Cancer is a very protective sign, so I'm sure you will make your bet before you sleep. But anyway, it's mentioned here also in the cards. The book will protect you. This could mean also this combination, I didn't mention this, literally means a vaccination card or a vaccination book. This is probably because you travel, so this will be necessary. This is literally the vaccination card because the place where you're going, the customs there, they will be suspicious because the fox is suspicious who he lets in. So this is your vaccination card that you see here. Also for exams, you will go light-hearted over exams, but anyway, see that you are prepared if you take exams. But this is that you go light-hearted over exams. Even if you have exams, you will like them. This is an unlikely combination, but this is what it says. Most people don't like exams, but here this is like that. It's possible if you take an exam also that you gamble in certain areas. This is possible also, but as I said, take an educated guess if you do so. Then we have the clovers and the heart in itself. This actually means we already saw here that we need to be careful that we keep our feet on the ground with love. This here is like a wish of love is granted to us here. This is what it means. A secret love is going to come to us. We already saw the secret here. The fox operates between dusk and dawn, and the book is closed also. So we see the same a little bit here coming, that this is like a love at first sight, but it's like we don't share it or we hide parts of the lover. Or maybe, as I said earlier, he comes at night because the fox comes at night. Some loving here. Your heart says yes, but we need to be careful, cautious. We already saw that. Then we have the home, the house, the home, the clovers, and the rider. Here we see if we have certain things in our house that we want to change, that we can change that. And if we have certain wishes for that, these wishes would be granted. This could also point in finding the place where we really like to be, or the place where we really like to live, or we are in search of it. Also, this here, as I said earlier, there's family protection here. This comes back here. Also, for the moment, it's possible that your family duties, you don't experience them as so hard. So it's like you go more lighthearted over the things we need to do, all the laundry things that are connected to our housekeeping, it's like you take them more lightheartedly. You don't go so heavy over it. Sometimes it's heavy to do the housekeeping, but now at this time, it's more easy for you during this period. Here, these are positive changes that are happening in our life. We also could feel very positive in our life. If certain things need to be achieved, you can. This is what we see here also. If there would be a problem that pops up regarding the house, you will find a solution for it. You will find like a way out here. There is luck for you. Good things happen to you here. There's happy coincidences here happening. Also, you will have moments that you, regarding to your house, your home, your work, how easy things go. It's like sometimes you have difficulties to believe, maybe before it was more harder to do a certain job, or you're some hard things in your business in the beginning when you start. And sometimes you have difficulties to believe how easy things are now, how easy things go. This is what we see here. It's like very easy. It's like an unexpected sense of ease. So, Cancer, for the fire group, this is all for now. I hope you enjoyed this card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for doing so. If this reading don't fit you at all, please check the other card readings that are connected here to the video. Anyway, thank you for watching, and see you maybe next time. Bye-bye for now. Thank you.